Residents of Michigan are gearing up today to vote in their state's primary elections, but a campaign against President Biden might seriously hinder his ability to drum up support. Some Democrat Michigan voters are calling for their fellow citizens to vote uncommitted in their party's primary rather than supporting the sitting president. This uncommitted campaign is largely driven by Michigan's Arab and Muslim American community. According to Dawood Walid, who is the executive director of the Council on American Islamic Relations Michigan chapter, he says that the community is really energized politically and aware of their current voting power. He explained that, quote, a majority of Michigan Muslims are arguably disgusted with how the Biden administration has handled the war in Gaza. As such, there is little to nothing that Biden can do to change their minds, and many will be participating in that campaign. Now, the campaign was previously pushed by Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib, herself a Palestinian American, who was featured in a video from Listen to Michigan, calling for voters to say they are uncommitted in the primary. But other Democrats in the state are calling for unity, most notably that of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Governor Whitmer on CNN's State of the Union told her citizens that it was important to vote for Biden because any vote cast otherwise supports a second Trump term.
I know that we've got this primary and we will see differences of opinion. I just want to make the case, though, that it's important not to lose sight of the fact that any vote that's not cast for Joe Biden supports a second Trump term. A second Trump term would be devastating, not just on fundamental rights, not just on our democracy here at home, but also when it comes to foreign policy. This was a man who promoted a Muslim ban. This is, I think, a very high stakes moment. I am encouraging people to cast an affirmative vote for President Biden.
Whitmer did admit, however, that she is uncertain of how much traction this campaign has gained in her state. And according to a newly released poll from Emerson College and The Hill, it could have enough sway to prove embarrassing for the current president. As it stands, according to this data, quote, in the Democratic primary, 75% support President Biden, 5% his competitor Dean Phillips, and 9% plan to vote uncommitted on the ballot, while another 12% are undecided. With the 12% undecided pushed to ask which candidate they lean towards, Biden's support increases to 77%, Phillips to 7%, and uncommitted increases to 16%. Furthermore, data from that poll also shows that 28% of voters under 30 are planning to vote uncommitted. And if that ends up being true, it could prove to be a harrowing sign for Biden that he's losing the younger voting demographic. Still, Biden is expected to walk away from the primary as the overall winner on the Democrats' side. Republicans, meanwhile, expect former President Donald Trump to once again cruise to an easy victory over his only competitor in this primary, Nikki Haley. This is Ian Patrick reporting for FISM News.